Hi, this is a quick and easy way to make Singapore-style chili crabs. First off, you want to get fresh crabs. For this recipe, I used mud crabs, the live ones. If you have other types of crabs that you would want to use, you can do so, but the key is it's got to be fresh, and the bigger the better. The first thing I did with the crabs was to put them in the pot, turn it on to low fire, and let them steam gently. Cook it in low fire, not in boiling water, because you don't want to reduce the amount of meat and fat inside the crab. It tends to be watery and you do lose a lot of meat in this process. You'll know when the crab is cooked once it turns a nice orange, a bright orange, and the juices around it, or whatever has come out of the crab, is like a scrambled egg. The first thing we have to do to prep the steamed crab is to take off the claws and the legs. Now we're going to want to pound these things or crack these things open for easy eating later on. I love crab fat, so I normally don't do what they suggest, splitting the crab in half, again for easy eating. Now, if you don't really mind your crab fat mixing or some parts of it mixing into the sauce, here's what you can do. Take off the carapace of the crab. That's the thing that kind of looks like the face of the crab, or the shell that covers the crab's body. Now underneath, because we've taken all the legs and the claws right, you're going to want to split into half the body of the crab. Now you'd want to keep the carapace together because we're going to add it later on for prettier presentation. Although on my part, I did not split the body because I love getting into it and scooping out the fat on my own. Set the crab aside and let's start making the sauce. In a clean bowl, put together 1/4 cup water, 1/4 cup tomato ketchup. I actually use the ketchup packets from all the takeouts we've been getting. 1 tablespoon sriracha. You could add more if you want it to be spicier, but not more than 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons oyster sauce. I've also added 1 teaspoon of minced lemongrass, a teaspoon of coriander paste, but that's just because nobody likes coriander in general in the house, and then another teaspoon of red chili paste and a teaspoon of minced garlic. Mix everything well. You'll also be needing 1 piece of ginger that's been crushed and peeled, and then 1 red onion that's been peeled and sliced, and then a few cloves of garlic, maybe 4 or 5, that's been peeled and pounded. Don't forget the finger-long chilies that have been sliced. Now comes the fun part. Let's put it all together. In a hot wok, put in 3 tablespoons of cooking oil or vegetable oil. Then add the ginger. Once you start smelling the ginger, that's when you put your onions and your garlic plus the chilies. Now you'd want to cook all this together until the onions have softened. That's when they're kind of translucent. That's when you know it's done. Once the onions are done, put in the crabs that you have prepped earlier. Incorporate the crab into the aromatics. And then when that's done, you're going to want to put in the sauce that you had mixed earlier. And that's it. All you have to do is mix everything up well again. Allow it to simmer. Remember, this is under low fire, okay? Because everything's been mostly cooked, so you just want to heat up the sauce. When that's done, just pour in a serving platter and serve. I've garnished ours with onion leeks, but traditionally a lot of people like garnishing it with coriander leaves. The folks here at home don't like it. So there. And there you have it, another dish added to your recipe book. Thanks for wandering over to our YouTube channel, Kitchen Wanderings. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave us a comment. We'd really love to hear from you. From Kitchen Wanderings, here's to a life full of flavor. Thanks!